So let's come to another concept, and that is that there are two kinds of triggers in a broad sense. There are active triggers and what are called latent triggers. Now, latent is a fascinating concept. What an active trigger is that in the muscle is a localized area of spasm, which when you press it is tender, is causing the muscle to shorten, and which causes pain locally and spreads. So that's an active trigger. Now, it may be that the same trigger gets treated, or it just kind of settles. Now what's happened is that the tenderness has gone out, the pain has settled, but the spasm still remains. And the spasm isn't as bad, and what's happened is everything is just quietened down. So this is an area that if you move, you'll feel, oh, it is still tight, but it's not sore. And a lot of people live this, the trigger point has gone quiet, it's kind of lurking, it is in suspended animation, but it's a sleeper and it's going to wake up at some stage. So these are found in areas where you have pain. When your pain, so you have a flare of pain, the flare of pain settles, you've either someone else has treated you, or you've treated yourself, or you've ignored it and carried on and it's quietly kind of got better. If you come back to that area and you perceive that it still feels stiff, as you feel around, you may find little knots. If you press them, not much. If you press them a bit firmer, you think, oh, actually, yeah, there is something that's more sensitive than the rest of the area. These are latent triggers. So you have two choices with latent triggers. The first choice is ignore it. So, okay, so I've got latent triggers, and just carry on with your life. If you do that, then if you slightly overdo that area, or you become under stress, or whatever the things that set it off, they'll turn on again. And so be it, you live with it, and you say, oh, settle it down. Oh yeah, I've got a few latent triggers left, but look, I'm getting on. Or you can say, right, latent triggers, let's see if we can switch these off completely. And then what you do is you can carry on treating them, and you can be more aggressive because it's harder to flare them. So as you treat them and you treat them, you have to push harder to actually find the triggers, so that and then your stretches afterwards can be a bit more aggressive than when they're active. And now I'm again giving mays and coulds. Sometimes you'll be able to switch that trigger off completely so it's gone and it never comes back again. If you don't, you will make it harder for the trigger to become stimulated and to become active again. So treating latent triggers is worthwhile as a long-term strategy. Another way to look at treating the latent triggers is that you can just get yourself fitter. You yourself fitter and stronger, and you can do stretches. You take up yoga, or you could do stretches at home or in the gym. And doing the stretches and getting yourself fitter again is something that is likely to make those triggers less and less responsive, so that it takes more and more to get them to flare up.